Hello everyone. So today we're going to start with the topic of how to write the IUPAC formula of coordination compounds. This topic is important for almost 1 mark or 2 marks at the most in the board examination. So let us understand how to name the coordination compounds, how to write their formulae. So here firstly you can see that the first compound which I have taken is tetrahydroxozincate. As you can see, it is written as ATE, which means that this complex or the central metal atom is in the negative part. Okay, so we have two parts basically. One is a positive part and one is a negative part. So as you can see, they have given only the negative part over here. Okay, so the positive part is missing, so we have to just leave a blank over there in the negative part. Draw the square bracket and then start writing tetrahydroxo, which means 4 times hydroxide ions, that is OH, and then zinc, it's written as zincate, so you write zinc, and the oxidation state of zinc is given as +2, so you just write down in the rough +2, and the charge on OH will be -1 into 4, that is -4, and then when you sum up -4 and +2, you're going to get a sign of -2. So this will be the complex which you have to form, and then after it's done, kindly rub the rough work. The next one is, you can see it's not written, it's written as potassium tetrachloropaladate. Again it is ATE, which means that it is in the negative part. Okay, the central metal atom is in the negative part. So what we will do, we'll draw the positive and the negative. So let's draw a square bracket for the negative, and it's written as potassium, and as you can see here, they have left little space between the potassium and the tetrachloropaladate. So it indicates that potassium is the cation, so I'll write potassium first, and then it is written tetrachlorido, so you can write down as chlorine 4 times, and then paladate means palladium, and now whatever oxidation state they have given, it's given as 2, so you can just do rough work, +2, and chlorine is how much? It is chlorine is -1, so -1 into 4 is -4, and then the total charge will be -2. Since this is -2, you need to have a charge of +2 on this side, so accordingly this will be 2, so that it becomes K2PdCl4. After you finish with this, please rub the rough work. Okay, let's go to the next one. So it's written as diamine dichlorido platinum 2. Now in this case, platinum is not written as platinate, it is written as platinum, which means that it can be in a positive side, or it can be as a whole, it can be written in the square bracket. So whenever you write the name not ending with ATE, it means that you have to write the metal in the square bracket, which could be a neutral square bracket or it could be a positive square bracket. Let's see what is it. So let's draw the square bracket. After that, it's written that diamine, so you can write the amine, that is ammonia, how many times? 2 times. After that, it's written as dichlorido, so you write down chlorine also 2 times. It's written platinum, so write platinum in the first. So you have to always write the central metal atom in the beginning, okay, remember, and then let's start doing the rough work. So here we have the platinum is +2. From where did you get this +2? You got it from here, right? And after that you have this ammonia as a 0, chlorine is -2, so +2 -2 is 0. So actually, this complex is going to be a neutral complex. Now the next one is potassium tetracyanoniclate. So again, you can see there is a gap between potassium and tetracyano, which means potassium is in the left and the rest of the part is in the right side. So now let's write it. So potassium means you will be writing as K, and draw the square bracket. After that you have this cyano 4 times, tetracyano. Sometimes it's written as cyano, it can be also cyanido, it can be written, so you prefer to write the cyanido only in the board exam. Okay, so it's going to be cyanido. Tetra means 4 times, Nickelate means you have to write nickel, and What is the oxidation state written for nickel? You can see here +2. So you write down for the rough work +2. Cyanide is -1, so -1 into 4 is -4. So the charge is -2. Hence the charge on the potassium has to be +2. So you make it 2 times, and this is your answer. And after doing this, please rub the rough work. So I'm sure you're understanding this. Let's go to the next one. Now this one is like, you have cobalt. It's written as cobalt, means it can be in the neutral, it can be a neutral part of a complex, or it can be a positive part also. So let's write down pentamine. So we'll write NH3 5 times, nitrito O. So nitrito O means the NO2 is connected through oxygen atom, so you write it as ONO. You're not going to write it as NO2 because it's not nitrito N, it is nitrito O. Got it? And after that it's written cobalt. So write cobalt, close the square bracket, and now let's do the rough work. So cobalt's oxidation state is given as 3. So write +3. Ammonia is 0, right, because it's a neutral ligand. Then NO2 is -1. So 3 and -1 is +2. So this is +2. Got it? Let's go to the next one. So here it's written cobalt is written as cobalt. It's not written as cobaltate. So again it can be a positive or it can be a neutral square bracket. So let's write the square bracket first. Then it's written hexamine. So write down NH3. How many times? 6 times. Then cobalt. Write cobalt. What's the oxidation state of the cobalt written here? 3. Write down 3. Ammonia is 0. So this entire thing has to be +3. If you see here, sulfate is also written, so write down sulfate outside the square bracket, and the charge on sulfate is -2 if you know. So now you can see that in this particular case the cationic charge is +3 and the anionic charge is -2, so it's not balancing. So what are you going to do? You're going to cross multiply. So this thing 2 times you will take, and sulfate you will be taking 3 times, so that the total charge becomes how much? 6 times. So I'll just write down over here CONH3 6 whole 2 times, and SO4 is going to be 3 times. Clear? After completing this, please remove the rough work which you have done. Right? Let's go to the next one. So here it's written potassium. So write potassium trioxalato. So write OX. So OX is the short form of oxalato. And how many times it's written? 3 times. Chromate means, of course, ATE it's coming. So that means this chromium is in the negative square bracket. So you write down chromium. Please close the square bracket. Do the calculations. Oxalate is -2. -2 into 3 is -6. Chromium's oxidation state is already given here, 3. So write down 3. Solve this. So +3 -6 is -3. Potassium has to be how much? It has to be +3. So accordingly you will do it K3, and this will be your real answer. Please clean the rough work after the question is solved. Got it? As you can see here, instead of writing OX, we can also write it as C2O4. This C here what you have written. So instead of writing the OX, you can also write it as C2O4. Next is your hexamine platinum. So just write hexamine means NH3 is going to be 6 times, platinum, and then 4. Let's do the rough work. So 4 means you will write here 4, ammonia 0. So the total charge is +4. So that's your answer. The next one is tetrabromido cuprate. So cuprate means it's in the negative square bracket. So this is positive, this is negative. So negative square bracket first of all you draw, then write down tetrabromido. So you write down bromine how many times? 4 times. And cuprate means copper, so you write copper. Let's do the rough work. So copper is given as how much? 2. So this has to be 2. Got it? So we'll write it as +2. Bromine is -1 into 4 is -4. Excuse me. So the total charge is +2 into -4 is -2. So this is your answer. There is no cation over here. Okay. Next is another one which is quite simple again. You can see cobalt is written as cobalt, which means it is either a part of a neutral square bracket or a positive square bracket. So let's do it. So we will write down the pentamine, that is NH3 5 times. nitrito N. So how are you going to write nitrito? You can write it in two ways. You can write it as NO2 or you can write it as ONO. Now what is the difference when you write it as NO2 or ONO? So NO2 means it is connected through nitrogen and ONO means it's connected through oxygen. So we'll write nitrito N. When you connect it through ONO, it will be written as nitrito oxygen. Now in this particular question, it is written as nitrito N. So we'll be writing it as this way. Got it? So we'll write it as NO2 and cobalt 3. Oh, sorry. Let's do the rough work now. So you'll have cobalt as 3, ammonia is 0, under 2 is -1, so 3 minus 1 is +2. This is your answer. After doing your work, please clean the rough work. Clear? Do this with pencil only in the exam. So with that, we finished this short video, and I'm sure you've understood how to write the formulae of the coordination compounds from the name of the compound. And definitely there is going to be a question of almost 1 mark or 2 marks in the board examination. I would request all of you to please work hard for your examinations. All the best, and in the next video we'll go to the next topic of this chapter, coordination chemistry. Thank you so much. God bless you. Bye bye.